Now, the other day, you got a chance to drive something really cool.
I sure did. And actually, I got to do an extended drive. You know, we mentioned last hour that I went to the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance.
Yes.
And I went in a brand new GMC Yukon Denali XL 4x4.
Get out of here.
And as my son called it, it's a living room on wheels. Oh, what a vehicle, you know? And I got to tell you, there's lots of great things about the vehicle, but here's the thing that was most surprising to me more than anything is we averaged almost 23 miles to the gallon on the trip to Florida and back. I would have never thought that possible with a four-wheel.
A Yukon?
A Yukon Denali four-wheel drive.
Wow.
Amazing. This thing had every toy on it. It had the 6.2-liter V8. I think it's about 420 horsepower. It had the 6-speed manual transmission. I believe you can only get the 8-speed in the two-wheel drive. I may be wrong about that, but I believe
I think with the 8-speed, you probably would have got.
Oh, I'm
better.
sure. You know, it had every toy imaginable, but there were several features on it that I had not used before on vehicles. It had the active cruise control thing, and so what you can do is set the following distance between the vehicle in front of you, and so you can literally, if the car in front of you comes to a complete stop, it will just literally come to a complete stop without you touching the cruise control, the accelerator, or the brake. And the other thing that I found was really great was this new active lane departure thing. Okay, is, you know, sometimes when you get sleepy or whatever, you know, you kind of tend to move over a little bit. Well,
or somebody's texting, which makes me crazy.
Yeah, that makes me crazy too. But you start to drift a little bit, and this thing will beep and gently pull the steering wheel back towards the center of the lane, which I had never experienced before. And the other thing that my son liked is this thing is a mobile 4G LTE hotspot.
What?
The truck is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it is a mobile hotspot. So my son's in there with his tablet and all. They're just happy as he could be. And of course, this one was fully loaded. Had the two monitors in the second and third rows, all leathered out. It even had a built-in brake controller for the trailer and all that. I mean, they just loved everything about it. It was really comfortable. The only minor complaint I had about this thing was that when you're sitting in it, the center stack and the controls for the radio and the nav screen, all that are real plain and easy to use. But some of the other controls are a little bit busy, kind of hidden behind the steering column and things like that, you know. But once you learned where they were, you know, it was all pretty simple stuff. But I got to tell you, if you have a need for a full-size SUV or you're going to tow something, I just can't imagine that it gets any better than a Yukon or a Suburban. Now, I know that Ford is making a big push with their full-size SUVs, and I'm sure there's a redesign, you know, coming down the pike and all those things. But the thing is that, you know, with the Ford, you don't get that big V8 power anymore.
No, you get the V6.
You get the V6. It's the twin turbocharged EcoBoost thing, and I drove one of those, and it was very impressive. But I'm an old school V8 guy, and I just figure if you're going to tow this thing and you want it to last 300,000 miles.
If you can get 23 miles per gallon out of a 6.2 liter with a 4x4, it's pretty hard to beat.
Well, when my son first saw this thing and I told him we were going to drive it to Florida, he said, "Dad, you're going to spend $500 on gasoline." But anyway, that wasn't the case. And not only that, we parked this thing out front of the Ritz-Carlton. It looked right at home there. The styling is great. You know, they restyled them last year. It's just a great all-around vehicle. I mean, I can't imagine you could do any better in a full-size SUV. Of course, you know, it's kind of pricey. It's about $70,000, but what a great truck.